Okay, I've always been a pretty honest guy when it comes to, my life and YouTube and stuff. So I'm going to explain behind the scenes because people are either being, sarcastic once in a while, or they're truly asking what happened, like where are your views that you used to have. Let me explain a few things and some things that are on my mind all the time about YouTube that really piss me off. First off, the reason I've lost subscribers or views, one of the biggest reasons is as a reviewer, and anybody who's reviewed games or books or so on, understands that the sooner you get out the review, the more views you get. In case you didn't know, I moved to Florida in 2011. A lot of my games that I reviewed before that, I got early from, in New York, they sell them early. So, of course, my view drop has it goes down because the majority of people that look for reviews want to see the new footage more than even the score or anything. That's what they're looking at. And if you don't get it out first and there's 20,000 other people have it, well, then you're going to lose that viewer, So that's what happened if you're really wondering why I'm losing views. Another thing is, why is my PlayStation on? Another thing is, people seem to say that I've changed and so on. Let me explain something to you. When you are on YouTube, you're creating videos for audience, correct? When I started to now, I've changed very little. I feel like I've become better in terms of review structure and so on, but my style has always been flat out honest. I'm not trying to get paid by a company. I'm not trying to do any of that type of stuff. I'm going to give my honest opinion, and that's not always the majority opinion, and some people just don't like that, and that's why I've lost subscribers, is because certain reviews or videos I've stated my honest opinion and I get a lot of backlash, and that's something that you have to deal with as a person who creates content in any field of work or in fun. So that another thing is the Google transfer, whole Google Plus thing has completely demolished a lot of subscribers because people didn't want to sign up for Google Plus, so they're just like, fuck it, I'm not even going to sign to YouTube. So sometimes I still get a decent amount of view counts, but very little comments, and I understand why. The whole Google comment system is ridiculous and kind of stupid, and I don't blame people for not, commenting. So if that's another reason why people used to get 500 comments, now you get 100, what happened? That is the reason. So there's all the behind the scenes for YouTube itself and the viewers and why I lost. Because, it is what people want to know, why I'm not as popular. Now, another thing is, the thing with YouTube is that there's so many more people now. I've started 2006, right? This has been both entertaining to me. I have fun doing it, but it's also a job. If anybody makes reviews, they understand the process, especially ones that spend times with the script and recording and getting the footage and cutting up the footage, making it nice and pretty for everybody. It takes hours. This is a job. Don't mistake it for just pure fun. It is a job to create a video at the level that I do, or anybody else out there who creates a video at the level that they do. They put the time into it. It takes a lot of work, and I have over 1,100 videos, so it's not like I have 10 videos a year. I'm pushing out as many videos as I can. So that's another thing, is that the amount of work you put into it, you expect to get some in return. To me, I don't care about money. I care about the reaction of fans and people who watch my videos. That's always my number one thing. So, is it a little sad that I feel I do a lot more work than some big YouTube stars? Of course. Am I jealous? I wouldn't say jealous. I feel more confused. Like, how can someone, I'm not going to name who, just scream on the mic at a fucking horror game and get 100 million views? And, I literally spent 3 hours creating this excellent quality review, and I get, 2,000 views. But that's just how it is. That's how the game works. And it's appealing to a certain crowd. And I feel like I appeal to the crowd that is just straight, down to earth people. And that's great. But another thing with YouTube is, this is the thing that annoys me, and this goes to YouTube community. The people who just fucking don't help. I've always been a supporter of shouting out people, retweeting people, Facebooking people. I've repeatedly helped people such as artists and friends that I like Mika Max, Slasher, JPC. All these people are my friends. But then I also shout out quite a few number of people in terms of other YouTubers, and I'm not going to name some, but some of them have blown up way past the mark that they should have or they could have, and I'm happy for them, but then they don't return the favor. And am I being a little jealous? Not so much jealous. I'm more of I just don't understand that. You know, no matter how big I become, if you come to me asking me to help you shout out, you know, and you put quality, I see quality in your work, I'm going to shout you the fuck out. And I've shouted plenty of people out in the past. People that are now on bigger shows, better shows, make way more subscribers than me, and I get nothing in return. You know what? Fuck. I'm not even going to deal with this shit anymore. I'm not going to help people that I can't trust. And it's a shame. I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to, but that's what YouTube is. It's a popularity game. And if you become too big, then you don't give a fuck about nobody else. And that's bullshit. Okay, when I hit my stride, when I was getting 1,000 subscribers every week or two, I shouted out more people then than I did any other time. I shouted out people that are, some just are gone now, but I shout out people that are in the 100,000 subscribers. I shout out a person who is now in the million. I shout out people that went from 9,000 subscribers when I had 22,000 to fucking like 56,000, and I don't get a shout out. I don't get shit from them. And you know, I think it's bullshit, but I'm not gonna, you know, that's behind the scenes YouTube. That's connections, you know, who you work with. And you know, someone like me and Slasher, we are honest people who have fun doing this. And I guess in return, you don't really get the favor back because you're not a fucking conniving snake piece of shit who doesn't want to help people who really, you know, put quality into their work. But it's whatever. So, you know, I was talking to Slash yesterday, and this is what I was thinking about, and I have to just talk about it. I'm done, you know, keeping it bottled up and not telling people the world. YouTube is a very, very fucking backstabbing type place in terms of the community, and you got to be careful who you ask for help and who you get help from, because if you give help, it's a good chance you're not going to get help in return. Very few have ever came up and helped me. I'm talking in terms of YouTube. As the thing that I love about YouTube is the fans. That's the one thing I've always had. And whether I started off with, and you know, people are like, well, you have so much less now. Dude, I started off with 2 subscribers and I still was pouring videos out. I don't care if I get 3 comments on a video, I'm still happy. I like to talk to fans. I like the back and forth. You know, having people enjoy my video makes me happy. That's all. So, okay, this is a really long video, but this is my rant on basically YouTube and the backstabbing. So this is the backstory of YouTube. In case you were wondering why I don't have as many views, as many subscribers, or why I can't advance, and I could if some people would help me that I've helped in the past, but fuck them. I'm not going to deal with that shit. I shouted you out. You don't want to shout me out, man. Whatever. Fuck it. I've never asked for help, and I'm not going to start now. I'm not going to name some names to start fucking YouTube drama, but I just feel it's unfair. If I shouted you out and you remember I shouted you out in a video and you still won't shout me out after watching this or hearing about this, fuck you. You know who you guys are. But to my fans, you guys are always the reason I do this. Thank you very much. New review coming up actually in probably a couple hours after this.